I like to think that we've learned a lot about nutrition a lot more in the last couple of decades. When you talk about doctors not being up to speed, is that still the case?
It's still the case. They're about 200 years behind. And for instance, we get people off the heart transplant list all the time. We get people off of dialysis all the time. We regrow cartilage all the time. And of course, the medical system says, well, you can't regrow cartilage. You need joint replacement surgery. You can't regrow disc between the vertebrae. When you have back pain and you have peripheral neuropathies and as a result of degenerative disc disease, you must have back surgery. Well, that's not true. Just absolutely not true. We can regrow cartilage. It's very simple. You just give the body the raw materials. The body has stem cells in it. Just like you cut your skin, you don't need a skin transplant. When you cut your skin heals itself because of the innate stem cells that are in our tissues. Well, the same thing is true for cartilage and bone. You fracture your bone, you don't need to put in a pin in your bone. You fracture your bone, you immobilize it with a cast, and it will heal itself. And so the same principle is true for the hearts and the kidneys and so on. For instance, here's a good one. I love this one. When you have kidney failure, there's nothing wrong with your kidney. When you have kidney failure, there's nothing wrong with your kidney. What happens is the little microscopic artery, which is called an afferent artery, that brings the dirty blood into the filtering unit is plugged. Two things happen here. Number one, the kidney can't work. It's kind of like a drain in your bathtub that's got hair and hay leaves and dirt and soap scum on it. It's not going to drain. Do you replace the tub and all the plumbing? No. You take your hand and you scoop off the stuff covering the drain, it drains. Well, I said, well, why can't we do that here? And so we figured out how to open up those little afferent arteries, get the blood flow back to the filtering units called glomeruli. And of course, the kidney is a funny thing. Its whole purpose is to filter blood. And when it doesn't get enough blood, there's kind of a little signal that goes off, a little red flag goes up, and the kidney releases a hormone called renin. And renin's purpose is to raise your blood pressure to try and drive more blood into the kidney. Raise your blood pressure, right? So doctors give drugs and they can't override that hormone. So well, it's genetic because, drugs won't touch it. And so what we've learned how to do in the last 10 years is open up that little microscopic artery. And we've been doing this for 10 years in humans. We've been doing it for probably 50 years in animals. And there was an article today in Nature magazine saying they've discovered this wondrous stuff now that they can actually help a heart in a heart attack by opening up these little microscopic arteries with a protein. I haven't read the article yet, but I'll bet it's the protein we've been working with for 25 years.